Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Mika Mig, back at it again with another figure review, and today we're reviewing the Iron Spider. Ah! Yes, with all seriousness, my first ever pre-order did come, and it was, in fact, the Iron Spider from Spider-Man No Way Home. Why I felt the need to get a second Iron Spider figure, I guess it just means I'm a shill. But to be completely honest, the Iron Spider is my favorite costume from the comics. I read Marvel Civil War when I was in college, and that Iron Spider suit just rose up to the top of my list of the best Spider-Man suit. Has to be Iron Spider, Classic Spider-Man, Black Suit. Those are my top 3 Spider-Man costumes. And when it got announced in the MCU, I literally shit my pants. I didn't mind how it looked. I loved it. I loved how it looked. Right now, how I feel about the Iron Spider, honestly, I think it's a little bit too oversaturated. All the merchandise for Spider-Man has been the Iron Spider suit from the MCU, which is why recently I'm glad that all the new figures coming out have been classic suits. I just got the Mafex black suit. I'm getting the Sentinel Into the Spider-Verse classic suit. I'm getting Toby's classic suit, and I'm getting Andrew's classic suit. These are my Spider-Man pre-orders coming over the next few months. Stay tuned, subscribe if you want to see those videos. So I guess the best way to look at this new Iron Spider by SHFiguarts is to be by comparing it to my original Mafex Infinity War Iron Spider, which I got last year. Before I get to unboxing though, I gotta say how much I love the look of this packaging. The coloring of the box is beautiful. It's like really matte. It's like really beautifully designed. If I had to compare the packaging of the Mafex Iron Spider with this one, yeah, there's no contest. This one takes the cake. You've got all the promo images of the figure behind back, and you've got a pretty sizable window to see everything you've got inside. Sorry about the glare. I gotta say, this is a pretty large box compared to the Zenkaiser SHFiguarts that I got. So I guess, is it because that, what? Is it a thing about accessories? Because the only accessory here is the arms. Is it just all the IP that Bandai needs to license gets nicer, bigger boxes? I don't know. Are they saving money by shipping Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and Ultraman in smaller boxes? I don't know. But let's get on with the unboxing. Okay, so here we've got the Iron Spider out of its packaging. Close up with the camera. I gotta say, I like how it looks. Later on, I'll put it on a side to side with the Mafex figure, but initial impressions with this Iron Spider, it looks really good. All the small details are perfectly painted. Yeah, there's no issues with paint. Not seeing any mistakes. The red is a beautiful red. It's a beautiful candy red, contrasting like with a really dark navy, shimmery navy blue. It's a lot more vibrant, a lot more saturated compared to the Mafex figure. I'll show you that later. So what I've noticed with some of the other reviews of this figure is that it is using like an older mold of the Iron Spider. It's honestly, for me, it's kind of a shame that it's not using that Far From Home upgrade suit mold, because to me, I think that is actually the best looking mold for a Spider-Man figure right now. It's got the right amount of bulk, muscle in the right places, but also the right amount of lankiness. This the molds they use for the Iron Spider is a lot more lanky than other SHFiguarts, but I think they also use it for not just the Iron Spider, but I think like for the other black suits. I think they did update how they did the web pattern. There is some paint on the web pattern, it's painted slightly darker than the red on the suit, which looks really really good. This suit looks really really good, and it feels uh like the details, you can feel the details, like how deeply embedded they are. Feels really good. One thing I'm already noticing is that the eyes do kind of pop out a little more, because it is using that system of swapping out the eyes instead of giving you an alternate head, which I guess it's fine. I want to see the alternate eyes later. This pair right now for me, it's a little small. I like my Spider-Man with like wider eyes. If I could get wider, if this is the widest, whatever, then it's the widest. The only thing, the one thing also that I don't like about this mold is how the shoulder looks. I appreciate there is a bicep cut, but I think how this shoulder looks, I guess it would look different when it's posed, but when it's down, it really looks like armor and not really like a suit. It looks like shoulder pads, not really like an anatomically correct shoulder. Okay, so I know what you guys came here to see. Let's get right into it. Let's bring in the Mafex for comparison. Come on, Figuarts, stand up, stand up, stand up, please, stand up, please. We're gonna use that. We'll be right back. Joke. Mafex からレオパルドンにチェンジ。スパイダーマンが送る完全変化デラックス超合金レオパルドンコピーより発売中。Okay, here we have the Mafex Iron Spider and the brand new SHFiguarts Iron Spider standing right next to each other. I know it might be difficult to tell from this angle, and probably of how I'm making them stand up. I can't make them. I had such a hard time making them stand up, but they are roughly about the same height, pretty much exactly the same height. That's quite impressive at how these figures scale. As you can see, as I mentioned, the color on the SHFiguarts Iron Spider is a bit more vibrant. There is a lot. I think the color separation is better than the Mafex. You can see the contrast of the yellow, of the gold, and the red and the blue. It's a lot more prominent than how the Mafex did it. On the body sculpt, though, yes, the Mafex does have a bit more of an anatomically correct build with the shoulders, and it does have a cleaner hip and waist than compared to the SHFiguarts' infamous thong, the infamous thong that rides up all the way the front and the back. Just look at that thong. For props to Mafex for keeping it clean. I know SHFiguarts does this to maximize articulation, and I'm pretty sure to keep the figure safe from breaking. Let's see later in articulation. But in terms of the sculpt, though Mafex is more anatomically correct, there is something about how clean the SHFiguarts' version looks. And it is smaller. It is, though they are the same height. This one does look lankier, skinnier, and thus a bit more like a kid, I guess you could say. I will say though that the eyes, and this is my personal preference, but the eyes, I prefer the Mafex eyes. I prefer the eyes on the Mafex because of how they're embedded on the head. They're not kind of popping, because you know the Figuarts version is kind of popping out. Again, my personal preference, but I do prefer that clean comic book white look over the movie accurate holographic blue. But let's see later when I'm able to try out different eyes. Now let's move on to articulation. Let's see how well this thing can pose. So you do get a ball joint at the head, and there is a ball joint at the top of the neck and the bottom of the neck, and it's able to look up that far, which is okay. And it's able to look down that far, pretty good too. And there's barely any seams at the neck, any cuts at the neck. That's really good. The butterfly joints at the shoulders, I forgot to mention earlier, are cleaner than the Mafex's. There is a butterfly joint that goes in and out. You'll see here, the shoulder joint. That butterfly joint does go in quite a bit. And does it go out? It does not go out as much. Yeah, this is kind of its limit. So it doesn't go out that far. It goes in considerably well. Double joint at the elbow, pretty good. There is a pin joint at the knee, at the wrist. It does also. This is going to be forever an issue with the Iron Spider design. This gauntlet is always going to be in the way of half of the wrist articulation. How are you guys going to fix that? I don't know. Stupid design? Maybe. Looks kind of cool for the movie. Whatever. Iron Spider. It has a ball joint at the mid cut and the hip joint. So you got all that moving goodness. So it can crunch that far, and there is that big seam if you crunch too far. But still, look at that crunch. Marvel Legends, look at that. Marvel Legends, look at that. So you will be able to get like some pretty impressive like squatting, ab crunching pose. Okay, you don't have dropping hip joints, which I'm completely fine with, by the way. I'm sick of dropping hip joints breaking from SHFiguarts. So if you don't have a dropping hip joint, but you can still like push your foot up all the way up to your chest, thank God. Can this figure push his leg up all the way up to its chest? Yeah, kind of. Okay, so how do we do this? I think it has something to do with this thong. Okay, there you go. So you move his butt cheek first. You move his butt cheek first, and then you move the rest of his leg, and you're able to get his foot all the way up to here. If you try it in the back, move his butt cheek first, and then move here. That's how far you go back. Impressive. And no more dropping hip joints. The thong is worth it. If we could get rid of dropping hip joints, this thong is worth it. This thong is worth it, people. Embrace this thong. You get double jointed knees. Yo, okay, mine is really tight, but that's cool. I don't think it's gonna break. And you get the pin and ball joint at the ankle. I mentioned I mentioned in my previous Zenkaiser video that they did a different type of ankle joint with Zenkaiser. I was expecting to see it here, but no, this is still their normal ball and pin joint for an ankle. All in all, really great articulation. I'm impressed. I'm happy. I'm happy to get rid of that dropping hip joint. You could get some really good poses here. Get a really deep crunch. Get his foot really high up, so you get some really dynamic movement, especially web swinging. That's really good. That's really impressive. It still looks clean. It still looks clean, even if like even if it's doing all the special segmented stuff on the butts and on the legs. I guess like I don't know. Is this like SHFiguarts kind of throwing in the towel when it comes to their dropping hip joints? Because those things did break. I broke 2 of them. So yeah, really great articulation. Really happy with this articulation. Really clean. Okay, let's move on to the accessories. Guys, I'm missing a Peter Parker head. What the fuck? I don't get it. You what? God damn it. God damn it. Okay, guys. Y'all want to see the funniest thing? So let's actually look in the contents of the box. So let's look in the contents of the box. We need a second. First you will get a tray of accessories. I was freaking out as shit. There is no Peter Parker head. There's no Peter Parker head here. There's no. You get an unmasked neck. You get the eyes. You get the changeable eyes. You get the thwip hands. These hands. I don't know what these are called. Cowabunga hands. Web holding hands. Wall crawling hands. And this one, this is a special hand for two hands holding a single web. And you get long web, long thwip web, short thwip web, and a web with a web at the end. But you don't get a Peter Parker head, and I was freaking out. Where's the Peter Parker head? Did I get ripped off? So let's look inside. Look inside the box. First thing you'll see, pamphlet, SHFiguarts, coming all three Peter Parkers coming together. Looked at the instructions. Look at that. Peter Parker's head will be sold separately. I'm assuming the simplest it means is that get the integrated suit for the final battle version and use that head. But I swear to God, Bandai, God damn it, give us the head, Bandai. What the fuck? What is this fucking cash grab? Mafex, thank you for giving us unmasked heads. I am now legit concerned for my pre-orders. I saw that they're supposed to have unmasked heads with Toby and Andrew Garfield. Thank God I already have an unmasked head with my Mafex that I could just use, swap in and out, whichever. Oh my God. So no Peter Parker head with this set. You're gonna have to buy it separately. I don't know. Buy a 6-inch figure head, which you can do. There are really good ones. Last bit of accessory is the Waldoes, which is like really big for the on the SHFiguarts. I'm gonna have a lot to talk about with this, comparing it to the Mafex version. But for now, I want to try swapping out the eyes. Okay, and swapping out the eyes, you get this little tool meant for poking out the eyes inside the head. I want to get these bigger eyes, which I prefer on my Spider-Man. You know, I like my Spider-Man with big eyes. Yeah, because for me that's comic accurate. Okay, so this is interesting when you pull it out of the head. This is actually what it looks like. This is what the head connects to, and this is the one that's connected to the ball joint. And then you'll see inside there, there's like two prongs for us to poke at to pop out the eyes. It's really hard. I'm probably gonna do this once and never again. I never want to do this again. It's in there. It's really in there. Okay, I got it. You do need a bit of force to push it down. Push it down with the flat end of the tool. Let's try it again. Push it down with the force of a spider. This is gonna be another "we'll be right back" joke. このクオリティに興奮、このディテールに感動、そして見よこのポージング。SH フィギュアーツ仮面ライダーリヴァイ、そしてバイス同時発売。Okay, so I ended up prying it out of the socket more than pushing it out like the other end. And that looks horrible. That's terrifying. Okay, so this is the set of eyes you get, along with the original set. The medium eyes, you get wider eyes, little squinty eyes, and death mode. That's better for me. I like how this set of eyes look. It's bigger. It's still blue, but the bigger eyes for me is more appealing, more Spider-Man-ish. Also, I just want to add, I forgot to mention earlier, I feel that the Mafex is significantly heavier than the Figuarts. The plastic, I feel okay. So I'm guessing this is just really the plastic that SHFiguarts uses now. Because again, I was collecting older SHFiguarts back from figures from 2012. Their plastics were a lot more similar to how this Mafex feels right now. This Spider-Man, the plastic it has, it feels more like the Zen Kaiser one that I mentioned, that feels a little lighter. Cost saving measure, passing the savings on to you? I don't think so. Is it safer to handle? I don't know. Is it less likely to break? I don't know. It's lighter. It feels softer. So point to Mafex on that. But with these eyes, this does look great. I really like this, the big eye Spider-Man. But I do how they sit on the head. They do sit pretty flush. Do I like this system of interchanging eyes over just switchable heads? No, interchangeable heads, please. Would it be more expensive? I guess maybe. Give me one less pair of hands, one less web. I don't know. I'd prefer to get an interchangeable head. You know which hands I'd get rid of? These. What the hell are these? That's Spider-Man. Okay, so this is that special hand that's joined together with another hand so that you can hold the web. Your web swinging. You know what? I do like this one. So yeah, this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. This is actually, I've experienced like a difficult time nailing this pose with some of the Mafex figures because it needs like two hands to really stick together. This looks really good. So here's some of the thwip hands. I just put to show how well the hands actually snap onto the wrist pegs. Really good. These look really good. Like it. That looks really good. Okay, so the last accessory that I want to look at. Okay, so these are the famous Iron Spider Waldoes. They are a staple of the Iron Spider look. So the thing with these Waldoes on the Mafex, first let's look at it here. Yes, okay. First thing I'm gonna say is that thank God these are very solid. Okay, and they move very easily. They are very easy to move. And it's very obvious where their points of articulation are. Here's what I wanted to say. The Waldoes I got on the Mafex Iron Spider, other than they're much thinner than the SHFiguarts set, these things broke so easily. I broke these things day one. I had to fix it with super glue. I had to fix this with super glue, and I had to basically lose all articulation on this point of the figure. The problem with this, oh wait, no, sorry, it was this one. I've lost all articulation on this point. See that? That's super glue. So this can't really turn on that point, but at least it has other points of articulation. So the problem is that yeah, it was too skinny. The joints were so tight, and it was just difficult to figure out if the joints were moving properly. Thank God for this one. This seems a lot cleaner, a lot easier to move around, and yes, it is just obvious where each Waldo is supposed to move. Okay, so to attach it to the figure, there is a plate in the back that needs to be replaced. Okay, so the same tool used to pop out the eyes is used to pop out this. Okay, so there's a groove right here, and apparently that's where you push it out. I don't know if you're like supposed to dig it in or lift it up. You lift me. There you go. Lift me up. And there you have the Iron Spider with his signature Waldoes. I just need to fix up the ones in the back. We'll be right back to show you some of the B-rolls and some of the posing that we can do on this figure. Alright, so those are all my thoughts on the brand new SHFiguarts Iron Spider from Spider-Man No Way Home. So what do you guys think? Was this a mistake? Mafex over SHFiguarts? I already got the Mafex Iron Spider. Should I have not have gotten this one too? Arguably, it depends. Each figure has its own strengths. This figure has the advantage of it being a new figure. Even Mafex has done improvements on its Iron Spider figure. This SHFiguarts is probably the third or the fourth iteration of this Iron Spider mold. Every time they come out with one, they make small improvements. So I would actually give the win to SHFiguarts because of the smart engineering in articulation, painting and aesthetic, the number of accessories. Although, god damn it, Bandai, this cash grab of yours of not including the Peter Parker unmasked head. I've tried to defend you and say that, oh, you know, Bandai gives a lot of accessories, but this is just straight up cash grab, and shame on you, Bandai. Include the unmasked heads. But with that being said, this was a really impressive figure. I would recommend getting it if you guys can get your hands on it. There still might be retailers like Ami that still have it. Definitely going to be on the aftermarket. Try not to go over retail price of around, I think, 7,500 yen. Alright, so that was a pretty in-depth review of the Bandai SHFiguarts Iron Spider. Like I said, I've got a bunch of Spider-Man SHFiguarts pre-orders coming up over the next few months. Subscribe if you want to get to see those videos. I'm excited to talk more about Spider-Man, more about SHFiguarts, 6-inch figures in general. Subscribe to your boy, hit that like, leave a comment. It really helps me out. And with all that being said, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Jane.